Toyota is a name that has been ruling over the auto industry for years, with its unprecedented level of reliability and styling that it provides to its customers. This time, Toyota has dropped another engine in the market that is making headlines in the auto sector. So, today, we are going to talk about this new hybrid engine that Toyota has released for its new generation of hybrid vehicles. How capable is the engine, and is it worth the hype? No introduction is needed for what this automobile brand is. From producing some of the greatest cars to developing strong and reliable engines over the years, Toyota has ruled the world of internal combustion engines. It's said, take care of the mobile oil and your Toyota won't break. And that's literally true, and cars from Toyota have proven it. Many people in the motorsports fraternity claim that Toyota always over-engineers when it comes to producing the finest machines out there. There are many flagship engines that Toyota produced over time, and even after years have passed, they're still up and running in the cars. If you get the stats on the engines, you will find out Toyota's engines are the most demanded ones in the industry, as they are the best alternative to swap the engine under the hood when your stock engine blows out. Obviously, that doesn't count for Toyota's own cars, because in some parts of the world, you will find cars that have been out there on the roads for over 30 years, and their engines are still running smoothly as new. So, before I move on to the new engine that Toyota has dropped in the market, let's take a look at some of the legacy and timeless engines that Toyota has ever produced. Starting with the legendary 2ZZ-GE, a 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine that was introduced in the year 1999 when Toyota launched its Matrix and Celica GTS. This engine remained in production for the upcoming 12 years and to date is among the most loved engine in the world of motorsports. The fact that the engine remained the same doesn't mean it was never revamped or upgraded, of course. It was, and the latest engines that Toyota produced before they went out of production pumped out a solid output of 190 horsepower. These are the figures for a stock, naturally aspirated engine without any assembly or modifications done to it. This engine was so good that it caught the attention of a few other manufacturers, and some tried to build their own copy of it. But the British racing company Lotus scored the 2ZZ-GE engine from Toyota and fitted a supercharger to it. After the new supercharger was installed, it started to produce a strong 240 horsepower, and that's proof of this engine's capability. There's 2ZZ-GE, and then there's another marvelous engine, 2JZ-GTE, that came in Toyota's most popular and loved car, Supra. This inline six-cylinder engine is one of the proud productions of Toyota. Fitted with a turbocharger, this engine came out in 1991, and much like the 2ZZ-GE, it is among the most desirable machines in the world of motorsports. At the time it came out, its output was restricted to only 280 horsepower. But that was the stock power. The reason this engine receives so much love is because of its capability to produce around 700 to 800 horsepower after modifications. If you really want to test its capabilities, then replace the stock pistons with the aftermarket forged pistons, and you can get a solid 1,000 horsepower out of this engine. There is a reason people believe in Toyota, and it's the engineering where the real mantle lies. There's one engine left that needs a special mention, and that's the 2RR-E. If Toyota did not produce this wonderful piece of machinery, then the 4x4 division of Toyota would have not existed. You might think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Toyota must have produced something else in its place, and I'm quite certain of that. But would it have been the same as the 22R-E engine? I doubt that. It came out in 1982 for the first time, and it kept powering Toyota's 4x4 pickup trucks and Jeeps till the year 1993. These were the times when American pickup trucks had a monopoly in the segment, but when Toyota released its beast, it came as a surprise for the motor industry. And since then, Toyota never looked back. We saw great V10 and V8 engines that Toyota produced for the vehicles like Land Cruisers and for its luxury brand Lexus. So if we kept listing the engines from Toyota, it will take us hours to get done with these marvels of engineering. But that's a topic for another day. It's time we move on from gasoline engines and talk about the petrol-electric hybrid evolution that Toyota brought into the industry. These were the times when fuel costs were on the rise, so in order to better cater to its targeted upper-middle-class audience, Toyota released hybrid vehicles under its Toyota Hybrid System, or THS. The very first car to receive this system was a Prius hybrid, and there's no doubt about the debate on the controversial shape of the car, but even after that, it was loved by the market. Toyota's unique selling point for this car was its very efficient fuel economy. When people learned about the vehicle's capabilities, many got ready to compromise on the average exterior looks and went for the car. Since the hybrid system caught some traction, Toyota released its newer generations, and we saw the system getting integrated into Toyota's famous models from the internal combustion sector. Some of the models that were converted to hybrid were the Camry, RAV4, and Sienna, and later, the flagship model of Toyota, the Crown, joined the league. Initially, this scheme worked as a charm for Toyota because where everyone was struggling to find a solution to cut down on carbon emissions alongside finding a sustainable way of manufacturing electric vehicles, Toyota had a solution. Hybrid cars were one up on the internal combustion engines, as after jacking up their thermal efficiency to the maximum and with the self-charging electric system connected to it, cars' emissions were considerably reduced. Toyota was so proud of its hybrid system that Toyota's CEO, Akio Toyoda, announced that all electric vehicles aren't the future. It's the hybrid that will take the movement of cutting down on carbon emissions forward. Though at the time the statement came out, electric vehicles were just getting started. It was just Tesla that was selling like crazy in the North Americas. Besides that, other manufacturers were trying to find a workable solution to reach the goal of reducing their carbon footprint. So, in those times, Toyota was performing better than the other manufacturers. But since the electric vehicle revolution has sped up, Toyota was lagging. To make a strong impression and come back into the industry, Toyota started to work on its hybrid systems to make them better than ever. And I'm sure Toyota has been successful in pulling that off, because with the all-revamped and upgraded V35A FTS, with a hybrid system fitted to it, it's a real game-changer in the industry. V35A FTS is a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine that came out in 2017. It was installed in the Lexus LS500 and is known as the very reliable engine ever fitted to a car. But then, Toyota had to answer to the leaders and also the stakeholders, so Toyota performed some major tweaks and upgrades to this engine and made it capable of achieving a 37% thermal efficiency. It might sound low, but from the industry standards, an engine with 37% thermal efficiency is regarded as a great engine. Now with the electric motor fitted to it, it's a solid combo that Toyota is planning to put in its new Tundra and 2022 Sequoia hybrid. The best part about this combo is that even though turbocharged engines are notorious for their lag, this new intelligent electric system, which uses electricity to artificially spool the turbochargers, reduces the lag to provide an instant response. A lot of people were claiming that Toyota's truck will become obsolete in the presence of EVs like Hummer coming out of the Ford factories, but with this new gasoline-electric combo, I think it's not a game over for Toyota. In fact, the benefits of a hybrid engine are greater than an EV. Truckers have to do the extra mile within a very limited amount of time, and when you take that point of view into consideration, that's when you come to know the hype around Toyota's new engine is a genuine one. What else do you need when you're getting a setup which helps you cut down on your carbon emissions, which spoil the atmosphere, provides you better economy, and alongside offering the added benefit of not having to wait for long periods to get your EV charged? So, will this engine be able to kill the EV revolution? Surely not. But is it good enough to beat the EVs in its direct rivalry? Well, that's for sure. Akio Toyoda is still very certain that Toyota doesn't need to go all electric for the next few years, as their hybrid technology is good enough to compete with the EVs. And there is no doubt that they are pioneers of this technology, and for years have been producing a lot of great cars with a hybrid setup under the hood. But bear in mind that an all-EV policy is in process at Toyota, under which the very first electric power crossover, BZ4X, will be released in the upcoming year. No one doubts Toyota when it comes to making reliable vehicles. So it's just a matter of time before Toyota releases its electric vehicle, because once it proves the test of time, there's no stopping for Toyota. And that's when other electric vehicle manufacturers will have to up their game. Check out this other video about Elon Musk as well.